WIBTA for pressing charges against middle school children? I was working nights this week. Husband called me at 8 p.m. because he walked out our back door and 3 people in masks were in our yard. They jumped our fence and ran off and hid in the bushes at the neighbors. He called police and the police caught 2 of them. They were teenage boys from school who told the police they were only trying to scare my 12-year-old daughter. Now my daughter's room is on the bottom floor and the front of our house. If they wanted to scare her, they would have done it without breaking into our fenced-in area and wandering our yard. My husband was so upset, as was I, because truthfully we don't know what their plan was. Because we fortunately caught them before anything happened. My children are freaked out and don't feel safe now. These boys could have easily been shot had they trespassed into the wrong yard. With the current issues in the world, it was incredibly dumb of them. I want to press charges because of the trespassing and attempted harassment of my daughter. Because these were just boys from school, not friends who we know. They got our address from another classmate. The parents are upset and think we're overreacting because boys will be boys, and it was just a joke, and no one was hurt. But I don't think it's funny, and I think there should be some kind of consequences. For nothing else but to help them learn what isn't appropriate and how dangerous sneaking onto property at night in ski masks is. NTA, boys will be boys, leads to guys pulling more pranks until someone gets hurt. Actions have consequences. They were up to something. And it sounds creepy since their focus was your daughter. NTA. As a woman who was attacked as a teen by boys who were just being boys, I wish people hadn't ignored their behaviors leading up to my attack. Protect your children at all costs. The moment I saw, boys will be boys, I knew the only thing you could do is press charges. A stern talking to isn't going to get through to these kids. And their parents are obviously not interested, or able, in enforcing real consequences. NTA. NTA. Boys will be boys. Who harass, scary and trespass onto the property of an innocent family. They traumatized your daughter. If there are no consequences, they will never learn. There needs to be consequences for those actions. It sounds like getting the boys' parents involved didn't work, and the next rational step would be to get authorizes involved. NTA. NTA. You are absolutely right. Press charges and let them experience the consequences. Otherwise, these guys will be the next Brock Turner. NTA. That kind of behavior could end up getting them shot, depending on where you live. Sneaking onto someone's property in a ski mask is not boys will be boys, either. That is something that criminals do. Letting it go would be a signal to the boys that it's okay to go trespassing, to terrorize classmates, and to hide their identities while doing it. Sounds like a recipe for raising a criminal, so you are doing the right thing by getting authorities involved. NTA. I went to school with a woman who shot a teenager playing a similar prank on her teenage son. She checked on her son in bed after hearing a noise and saw a figure standing over him and shot the kid. I'm pretty sure he died. Pranks like these are dangerous and stupid, even for kids. NTA. Yes. Boys will be boys, but boys trespassing in ski masks should not be considered boys. They were trying to hide their identity, which tells you it was premeditated. Usually premeditation involves thought, pre-planning. Boys might egg your house, ring your doorbell and run, toilet paper your house. They went a lot further. NTA. Press charges and get this behavior on official record on the off chance that they either do this again or decide to harass your daughter in a different way. Screw boys will be boys, because this seems way more serious than a joke. And your kids are scared and no longer feel safe in their own home. So, yeah, people were hurt by these boys' actions. Screw their parents and their feelings. Protect your family. Press charges. It is not like they are going to jail for it. They will have to do community service at the very least. They need to learn now that actions have consequences. Seems they've been told one too many times that boys will be boys. I would not only be pressing charges, but I'd also be setting up a security system and cameras. If your daughter's room is on the ground floor, NTA. Trespassing is hardly going to give them some big criminal record. It's a misdemeanor. If their first issue, they will likely just get a warning or a small fine. Press charges. Their parents clearly are not going to dole out any consequences since they're dismissing the actions entirely. NTA. That is seriously alarming behavior. Usually I don't advocate police involvement in lieu of parenting. But if their parents won't hold them accountable and teach them the consequences of their actions, you're well within your right to. They violated your daughter's safe space. That's not a small thing. NTA. These boys wanted to terrify and harass your child. This is extremely worrying behavior. They will most likely escalate their crimes against women. Press charges. NTA. Boys will be boys, is the worst argument. They might as well have said, we're terrible parents and let our kids do whatever they want. The only way to resolve this is with legal consequences. NTA. And quite frankly, I don't buy the "they just wanted to scare her" excuse. Why would they run and hide when getting caught if it was just a joke? These kids are plenty old enough to know what they did was wrong. The fact that their parents are trying to justify the kids' actions really says all you need to know. They are incapable of teaching their children right from wrong. Press charges. Do not back down. Document any communication the parents try to have with you. NTA. You would be the asshole if you don't press charges, in my opinion, though. NTA. Press charges. You're doing those kids a favor. It's not funny. It was dangerous. And no one was hurt only because you caught them before they could scare your daughter. NTA. I would point out that if they had to get the address from someone else, then they likely did not know the location of your daughter's room.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. AmITheAsshole is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.